no further ado, I'd like to welcome to you Positive Mind Saturdays with your host, Positive White.
And good morning, top of the morning. I'm back in the hot seat, man. It feels good. It's been quite some time since I've been in the hot seat, but it feels good to be back over here at 101 TKO Radio for another amazing episode of Positive Mind Saturdays with your boy, Positive B. White. Obviously, I'm your host, and first and foremost, I want to start the show by giving all the glory to God on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday that is pretty warm. I hate to say it, but we got a cold front coming in, so it's going to get a little chilly next week. But nonetheless, we're still here, and we're still moving forward. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone out there. We got 2026 is on the way. We got a couple more days of 2025. And then we're into 2026. This year just completely flew by, but nonetheless, we are here. We're thriving. And we got some big news about 101 TKO Radio going into January. We've got some big things popping, as they say, as Taiye says, big things popping in 2026. Today's show is going to be phenomenal. I got the Lambo family in the building. That's right. The Lambo Publishing Incorporated family is in the building. We're going to sit down, have a chat with them, talk about the roots, how they got started, how the company founded, what their mission is, and we're going to cover all that during today's show. So, like I said, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you got some time to spend with the family as I did. I enjoyed that family time. I'm really a big family guy, so I enjoyed that. So I like to start the show off with a positive affirmation, or what you may call it, but this one is going to be a little different. I'm a spiritual person, so shout out to my mom. Shout out to my mom and dad, and I want to give a special shout out to my mom for this gift she gave me. If you can see this bracelet, it's really pretty cool. And I want to kind of deep dive into what it means, because I was like, Mom, what I love it, but what does it mean? So this bracelet, it stands for triple protection, right? Triple protection. Now, the first one is Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye is for confidence. The second one is Hematite. I hope I pronounced that right, which is for grounding, to keep me grounded. And then the next one is Onyx, for protection. So I'm triple protected on this Saturday morning. I want to give a big shout out to Mom for getting me this as a Christmas gift. I really love it. And it's really phenomenal. It feels good. It feels great. So I want to give some love for that triple protection, because we all need to stay protected in this environment we call the world these days. But nonetheless, like I said, we're here. The bills are paid. It's all good. Shout out to y'all for listening to the station. If you, by chance, want to call in, be sure to do so. 404-954-1929. Call in. If you got any questions, call in so we can get your answers answered in a good way. And then I want to give a shout out to myself on today. My book, The Motivational Blueprint, which is sitting right here behind me, has won the International Impact Book Award. So shout out to that, man. Appreciate that, Nelson. So I want to give a big shout out to that, man. I'm super proud of that. I spent a lot of time and effort into this book, and I'm really proud. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short little break, and then when I come back, we will introduce the Lambo family, and we'll sit down, have a chat with them, and really deep dive into what all they got going at Lambo Publishing Incorporated. Be sure to check out the website, www.lambopublishing.com. Keep it locked here at 101 TKO Radio. Be sure to follow us on all your social media, TikTok, Facebook, IG, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page, 101 TKO Radio. I'm your host, Positive B. White. Y'all keep it locked in. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Positive Mind Saturdays with your host, Positive B. White. Thank you for joining me and tuning in and tapping in with me and spending time with us over here at 101 TKO Radio. We're so glad to have you. Once again, happy holidays. And then also we got 2026 right around the corner in a few days. So we are moving and grooving this morning, and it is all good. So I want to get started. I want to first of all welcome the Lambo family.
Thank you.
It's so glad for you to join me on Positive Mind Saturdays. I'm super excited to have you. So without further ado, I would like everyone to introduce themselves and what role they have in Lambo Publishing. We'll start there. So we'll start here.
Thank you, Brandon. Hello, everyone. My name is Joanne Lambo. I am a culinary author and aspiring illustrator and self-taught pastry chef.
Okay.
My favorite thing to bake is probably gingerbread cake.
Oh.
In fact, I think last Thanksgiving I made a gingerbread cake with whipped cream and sugar cranberries.
Ooh, sounds good.
It was finished within like a few seconds.
Oh my God.
Fast. It went fast.
Did you bring any for me and Nelson?
I forgot. Next
Oh
time.
man,
Next
Nelson, we
time.
missed out this time, bro. Well, welcome, and we'll
Thank
go
you.
here.
My full name is AdeBunmi,
Okay.
but you can call me Bumi for short.
You can lean in a little bit so they can hear you.
My full name is
There we go.
AdeBunmi, but you can call me Bumi for short.
Okay.
And I'm the creative director in Lambo Publicist.
Right. Nice. Okay. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. And sir.
Thank you, Brandon. First of all, thanks for having us in your great show. Name's Taiye Lambo, so it's Taiye. It's spelled like Taiye, but with an I, so T-A-I. So I'm the original Taiye.
Okay.
So Taiye Lambo,
There
because
you
people
go.
pronounce my name different ways, but I just go by Taiye, T-A-I.
Ty.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
I don't want to mess anything up.
No.
Ty and Boomy.
Bumi.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
And so I'm the publicist and COO for Lambo Publishing, so I pretty much help keep the lights on.
Okay. You got to keep the bills paid, right?
Yes.
Actually, she pays the bills. she handles the accounting. But I'm the one that has to say, okay, we need to do this and that to keep it on, to
Okay.
keep the lights on. So more like strategy and
Okay.
things, and partnerships as well.
Awesome.
So thank you so much, Brandon,
No
for
problem.
having us here, and Nelson in the background.
Yeah.
We're so excited. So
Oh.
thank you.
No problem. No
Thank
problem. Absolutely.
Echoing everyone's thoughts, thank you so much for having us today.
No problem.
My name is Valerie Lambo. I'm the CFO and marketing manager for Lambo Publishing. So I make sure that we're on the straight and narrow path of keeping all of our bills paid but not going over budget, which is very important. I'm very excited to be here today with you all.
Oh, absolutely. So you got to budget the books, keep everything together.
Yes.
All
Yes.
of us together.
And we had, and so a little backstory. We had to make sure that Valerie was here because your family really loves you because they did not want to do the interview without you.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
special is that?
Love. It's exciting.
So I like to get started. I want to get the backstory about each and every one of you. So obviously I started here first. So Valerie, I'm going to start with you. Let's talk about humble beginnings. Let's talk about birthplace where you were born, and we'll start there, and then we'll kind of work our way through. So let's start with you. Where's your humble beginnings?
That's a good place to start. I was actually born in London, actually.
London.
My parents were over there for college, met each other, obviously, got married, and then had me and my sister over there.
Nice.
And then we didn't end up moving to the States until I was about 2, and Joanne was 6-ish.
You were 8 months.
8 months?
8 months,
8 months?
yeah.
Okay, I don't know why. You know what? Timelines aren't real. But yes, when we were younger, we moved to the States, moved to Atlanta. So we've both grown up here all of our lives. I went to school in Conyers, Georgia, which is about 40 minutes south of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then I went to school in downtown Atlanta a couple years ago, and I just graduated in 2023. It kind of feels like forever ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what school?
I went to Georgia State University.
She stayed in the building.
Yes, Georgia State.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I majored in marketing and finance, a double major. So that was a very exciting time. You know, it was during the pandemic, so it was a lot of like online learning, and then finally being back on campus was exciting. But I really enjoyed my time in college. And then coming out of that back in 2021, actually, during the pandemic, is when we founded Lambo Publishing. And I feel that really gave me an opportunity to use a lot of what I learned in business school about like how to market a business, how to really balance the things, and really transferring those skills while I was in college. A lot of students didn't get to do to make it more practical and knowledge.
Right.
And then when I graduated college, I'm also a big fan of like the film and TV industry. So
Okay.
I really wanted to get more into that side of the business, so I moved to LA in July of last year. Also feels like forever ago now. And from there, I've kind of just been working my regular 9 to 5, but also balancing being in marketing and business on top of it, which is also really exciting to get to build something of your own, and also taking skills that you can incorporate.
Okay.
It's an exciting journey.
Well, congratulations on that. And then how was California? I know, do you miss the California weather?
I don't miss it right now because they're going through a storm.
Oh my God, they're going
Yes.
through a storm out there?
Yes, they are.
Last year was fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was fire, yeah.
And now it's storm. It's crazy.
California is great. It's a really great city for creatives, I feel like. Like a lot of people are out there to, be in the creative industry and kind of really figure out how to, balance that side of the business. So it's been exciting being out there and kind of doing that.
Okay. Well, congratulations on graduating from Georgia State. And I'm trying to, my nephew was trying to figure out what school he wants to go to. He plays football, but I think I would love to see him at Georgia State. But ultimately, it's his decision. But I think Georgia State has grown so much over the past few years. They acquired the stadium, and I've just seen Georgia State really, really, really grow. And it's a really cool school. So congratulations. And did you have any jet lag when you came back to the?
Oh, yes. The first 2 days I just slept. I was so tired. But I think I'm getting used to the time difference.
Okay, well, good for you. Good for you. So we're gonna go here. Ty,
Yes.
Ty, let's talk about, and you can pull it to you a little bit. Let's talk humble beginnings. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll talk humble beginnings. So originally, where were you born and raised?
I don't think I can beat her story. So I wasn't born in London. I was born in the motherland. I was born in a place called Ibadan.
Okay.
Or people will say Ibadan, in Oyo State in Nigeria.
Okay.
So the west side.
The west side.
Not the west coast, the west side. When I say that, it throws people off, like it's the west side of Africa. So I was born and raised in a family of professors.
Okay.
Both my mom and dad are retired professors,
Nice.
and I'm a twin. And my name actually means the first of a twin.
Wow.
And my twin sister's name is Kehinde, but she
Okay.
goes by Kenny now. So she, according to Yoruba mythology, she's supposed to be older. And apparently the way it works, and this is that mythology. Now there's science and there's mythology. The way it works is, and I'm sure that at some point she may be listening to this, so I can ask for forgiveness later.
And tell her to call in. Call
Right.
on in. If you want to get some feedback,
Well,
just call on in.
she's 5 hours ahead of us. She's in London, in the UK, so she's
Okay.
so anyway, so according to Yoruba mythology, she's the oldest, and usually the eldest sends the youngest on an errand.
Oh.
So apparently, she sent me on the mission to spy the world.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I came first. That's
Okay.
mythology, right? So,
Not mad at that.
and if the world is good, then she'll come. Otherwise, she'll stay where she is. I still can't figure out from a scientific standpoint how that works, but that's the mythology. Really dumb. I'm more of a science guy, so I said, okay, based on science, I'm couple of minutes. Maybe it's, Mom, forgive me if it's a couple of hours, because apparently it was a tough one for Mom.
Oh man, we're sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. I apologize on his behalf, Mom.
Right. But I came first,
Okay.
based on science, so I'm the oldest.
Okay.
So she's my younger sister.
There you go.
Right. So
There you
it's out now.
It's out. The secret's out.
Right.
Secret's out.
So I have two younger sisters, all straight A's. I'm a proud D student. If I had an A, that's like maybe they mixed up the grades in somebody else's grades, or the professor was drunk or something. So anyway, I've always had to kind of carve out my own path. I started my first business, kind of started as a hobby at age 14, raising German Shepherds and Labs. I actually used to crossbreed in Nigeria, and they were very exotic in Nigeria because they were foreign dogs, and they were very good guard dogs as well.
German Shepherd
and Labradors, Labs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a lab growing up.
Labs are awesome.
Yeah,
The two combined great temperament. So did that, left Nigeria at 21 with a college degree in engineering, moved to the UK, which is probably my second best decision was to move to the UK.
Okay.
My first one was meeting AdeBunmi.
Oh wow! Look, hey.
Well, combined with getting married.
He's a smart man. He's a smart man. That was a smart move.
And I think the rest is history, as they say. But from a professional standpoint, in the course of being an entrepreneur, I've also been in the industry. I've been in the tech industry for almost 40 years.
Nice.
I started really early. I started in my teens.
Okay.
But almost 40 years now. I've been in now what we call cybersecurity.
Yes.
About 3.5 decades. About 3 decades, sorry. It's like the numbers get muddled up after a while. But about 3 decades, so just about 28, 29 years.
Yes.
And that experience has not only opened doors to come to Atlanta, so I like to consider myself and AdeBunmi double immigrant. So we immigrated from our country of birth, Nigeria, to the UK, lived there for about 10 years, and then moved to Atlanta, now 23 years. So it's like double agent. It's something about this agent thing or spy thing, but double immigrant. But for those who may be listening from Homeland Security and ICE, I'm not an agent. It's just a joke. Because you could just never tell in this day and age who's listening.
Look, Homeland, don't come get me.
Right.
We're all good over here.
So just to be clear, double immigrant, not double agent. So that's my story, and I'll stick to it.
All right, there we go. Well, that's a awesome story, and I'm glad we were able to get the backstory because sometimes people get confused. But that's awesome. So Nigeria, United Kingdom.
Yes.
Nice. To Atlanta.
To Atlanta.
Yeah.
And 23 years in Atlanta.
Yeah,
How about that?
The Black Mecca and the best place to be in the world.
You better believe it. Born and raised.
Yes.
Me and Nelson too. So
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You guys are almost extinct
Your
now.
name. Yeah.
We rarely meet anyone born and raised here
Yeah.
anymore.
and everybody says that, man. They be like, "Where you from?" I be like, "I'm from here." They be
Wow.
like,
And
"What?"
wow, yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
welcome, and thank you for a phenomenal background story. And hopefully we keep Homeland Security away from the show. We don't want to get in trouble,
Yeah, I
right?
probably shouldn't have
No.
mentioned the name.
So moving right along, let's get your humble beginnings, where you're from, where your birthplace. Let's start there.
Like Taiye, I was born in Nigeria, but in a different state. I was born in Lagos.
Lagos.
Yes.
I heard Lagos is absolutely gorgeous.
It's wonderful.
I'm gonna make that trip.
Yes. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, in an area called Surulere, which,
Okay.
it was fun growing up in Nigeria. At the age of 11, my family relocated me to another state, Kwara State. And that was where I went for my high school.
Okay.
Yeah, because Lagos is a bit wild, so they were concerned that, oh my goodness, you're a girl. Let's send you to somewhere a little bit villagey, somewhere quiet.
Right.
Yeah, so I did my high school in Kwara State. And then after high school, I relocated to London
London.
Actually, Taiye and I grew up in Kwara State. We were actually neighbors.
Oh wow.
Yes. we
So
were.
did he have his eye on you?
I have a different version. I was already grown up. She was growing up, and we lived a few blocks apart. Not neighbors.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I love the show. Yes.
Yeah. So Taiye and I grew up in the same community.
Okay.
I knew his parents, his whole family. He knew mine, but we weren't friends. My uncle was actually like a mentor to Taiye.
Okay.
So on and off, he would come to our place, just to say hi to my uncle.
And I had the door slammed on my face once.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, you know what? He went there. He went there. So I'm gonna go there. So
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Look at that.
yeah. I know it's like he's ready for this
I'm sure
for
your
the
viewers,
story.
your hits are going up.
Yeah,
like,
let those views come in. Hit the like button and subscribe. 101 TK Radio.
So why did I slam the door on Tai's face?
Mm-hmm.
In Kwara State, where we grew up, was like a university community.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly staffs that worked with the University of Ilorin. And there was a division.
Oh,
We,
okay.
yeah, we had the senior staff and we had the junior staff.
Oh, okay.
Now, the senior Taiye's parent fell in the category of the senior staff.
Oh, okay.
And my aunt and uncle fell in the category of the junior staff.
Aha.
And the way they also separated them was that the senior staff, they gave them better housing, like they had these really nice looking houses, and then the junior staff, we had like flats or whatnot. Apartments, yeah, what you would call apartments in America.
Yeah.
So obviously there was this competition going on,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't stand it.
Oh no.
It
Oh, wow.
was, who are you? Just because you're the son of a senior staff,
Oh.
you are not going to come into my territory
Oh my
and
gosh.
give me attitude. This
No
is
attitude,
no attitude. No, this is my home. When you come to the junior staff, you gotta
Yeah.
show some respect.
Yeah.
So when he came, I felt, you know what? The best way to welcome you is just first of all slam the door.
Ooh, door in the face. Boom.
Yep. And then they press the bell again, and I'm like, okay, now you can come in and see my uncle. Yeah. And that was that. Yeah, so we weren't really friends in Nigeria, you know.
Wow.
And then I relocated to London, I think a year before Taiye. And then a year after Taiye relocated. And a friend of mine had given him my number.
Uh-huh.
So he called me.
Yeah.
And when he called, it was a low period. Oh my goodness, it was a low down period of my life.
Oh wow.
Because relocating to London was quite different. Back in Nigeria, I had, support system.
Oh, yeah,
My
yeah.
friends, everybody was there. In London, it was just totally different. For the first time, I found myself having to get on public transportation. Seriously, people don't believe it. They feel like Africa is poor or whatnot. But growing up in Nigeria, we had a driver.
Oh,
We had
wow.
we had a chef, we had maids.
Oh wow.
We had laundry woman or laundryman.
Oh my God. Laundry woman and laundry
Yeah,
man.
or laundry. Yeah.
Nelson, man, you want to take a trip to Lagos?
Well, men don't wash women's clothing.
Yeah,
and women don't
so-
wash men's clothing. Just to be clear.
Yeah, so we had I had all this in Nigeria, and then coming to London, having to get on the bus for the first time in public transportation. I was scared, I was nervous, just looking at strange people, and having to, I think, grow up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because back home in Nigeria, even though we did a lot of things by ourselves, we had help, we had that community.
Community, right.
But in London, you got to do it all by yourself.
Oh yeah.
And I was also going to school. I was going to college. So it was tough. So hearing from someone from my past, even though it was someone I didn't really get along with,
Yeah.
who was so comforting, I was like, oh my goodness, it's that Taiye Lambo. Thank you so much for calling me.
Match made in heaven. How about that?
Yeah. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. And then from London, obviously, we moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
And Atlanta also was quite different. It was a shock to my system as well.
Yeah.
And this time around, I was coming with two families.
Yeah.
I mean, with my family, with 2 children and my husband. And the first reality check was obviously the educational system.
Yeah.
The educational system in America is so different from the one in the UK.
Right.
And I realized that the best option for me was to homeschool the 2 young ladies beside
Okay.
me. Yeah. So I homeschooled them up to the time they went to college while I was supporting Taiye in the background with the cybersecurity business.
Okay.
And then from there, we started Lambo Publishing when Joanne graduated, and here we are.
Okay, so one big happily family. I love that. That is
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's incredible. So, Miss Joanne, the CEO,
Yes.
Yes.
let's get some backstory on you. Where are your humble beginnings? Let's talk birthplace, and we'll start from there, and then we'll work our way through.
Well, I was born in London, UK. Shout out to my friends who live in the UK.
The UK. Shout out to the UK. If we got any UK listeners, be sure to like and subscribe 101 TKO Radio. We love to have you over in the UK.
And then from there, we moved to Atlanta. Also, shout out to my mom and my dad for homeschooling us as well.
Okay.
Because I feel like that was a better decision than putting us in like public school.
Okay. Okay. Well, shout out to that. So,
Yes.
incredible story, incredible family story, and I love the family dynamic. And shout out to the UK and shout out to Nigeria, the humble
Yes.
beginnings as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll get into the Lambo publishing aspect, and we'll kind of deep dive into what it is, why it came about, what you all do, and then we'll kind of work our way through like that. So thank y'all for joining us. Be sure to follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube, 101 TKO Radio. Be sure to follow me on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Lord have mercy, so many. LinkedIn. Be sure to follow me on all those, and then follow the station as well. YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok as well. So y'all, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back. Y'all keep it locked in at Positive Mind Saturdays with Positive Be White. Let's go. back to Positive Mind Saturdays with your host, Positive B. White. We are here at 101 TKO Radio. This is a special show, and I'm really, really, really having a blast. And this is my last radio show of 2025. So you all are the last, the last show of 2025. How about that? Isn't that exciting?
You saved
It
the
is.
best to last.
Yeah,
Save the
that's
best for
awesome.
last.
Yes.
I
Yep.
like that. Yeah, so that's incredible. Be sure to follow us for those listening. Be sure to follow us on YouTube at 101 TKO Radio. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep it locked in. And then, like I said, we're streaming live with this interview. So if you want to hear more about the Lambo family and their humble beginnings, you can catch that on the recap on YouTube. And be sure to follow me on social media as well, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all those spaces, because that's where I'm at and that's where I'll be. That's how you can keep in contact with me. So, Lambo Publishing Incorporated. Obviously, you are a publishing company. I want to get through the mission statement behind it. So, Valerie, I'm going to start with you, and then Miss Joanne, I'm going to come back and get your take on it as well. So, Valerie, what is the mission statement for Lambo Publishing Incorporated?
Yes, our mission statement is guiding aspiring authors through the intricate self-publishing journey, just to ensure excellence in every aspect, from the editing process and really making sure it's a polished design. And we not only help navigate the complexities of the self-publishing process, because it can be complicated, when you're trying to write a book and really get it out in the world by yourself, but we also help champion authors in creating effective marketing strategies, just really amplifying their voices and getting their stories to the widest audience possible. So really our mission is to really redefine the self-publishing process by making it feel seamless, having exceptional quality, and just really making the impact extraordinary.
Nice. That's an incredible mission statement. That's awesome. I mean, it sounds really exciting and then we have so many people who want to be authors, but they just don't know where to get started.
Yeah, even where to begin.
And
Yeah.
they don't know how to bridge into it. So, phenomenal mission statement. So, Miss Joanne, CEO of Lambo Publishing Incorporated, in your own words, what is the mission statement for Lambo Publishing? In your words, what is something that you like? What's the purpose behind it?
I feel like the purpose behind it is to help authors with publishing their books. From manuscript to self-published in as little as 6 weeks. So we say at the speed of a Lamborghini. That's our tagline.
Yes.
Oh, that is tight. The
Yes.
speed of a Lambo.
Of a Lambo.
Yes.
Oh, that is tough. And who came up with that motto?
Without the guinea, so we don't want to get sued.
I think my dad actually came up with that tagline.
Now, does that come with a Lamborghini ride for the radio host around the city?
I have my Lamborghini story, but we'll say that another time for the next interview.
Awesome.
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay, well, I had to try. I had to give it a shot.
Who knows?
Right.
Maybe one day we'll be sponsored.
Yes.
Just don't forget about the little people. You know what I mean? Okay, so Lambo. And what year was Lambo Publishing Incorporated founded?
February 2021.
February 2021. Nice.
So we've been in business for almost 4 or 5 years now.
4 years. Okay, so that's about the same as 101 TKO Radio.
Wow.
This is our
Cool.
4th or 5th year. This is 4th
Wow.
year.
Yeah.
So we started
Wow.
in 2021 as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's
How
our
about
first
that?
year.
Yeah. Okay, well, awesome. Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on such a wonderful journey and continued success.
Thank you.
All right, parents, I'm going to start with you. So, Lambo Publishing, obviously you're a publishing company, but you're the creative director?
Yes.
So, creative director, what is your role behind Lambo Publishing? What are some of the things you do creatively for Lambo Publishing? Just get the camera right.
Yeah. I think my journey begins with the book cover.
The book cover.
Yes.
Oh, very important aspect.
Yes.
Very important.
Does the image on the book cover, does it align with the story? Or does it speak to the story behind the book cover? So that is where my journey begins. And then I move on to formatting. I'm very big on, yes, the story is good, but it's got to look good as well.
Gotta look good.
Yes.
Gotta look good.
It's gonna look good.
Of course.
So I'm very big on formatting. I'm very big on fonts.
The font.
Yeah, the font. What font? Yeah, the details.
The
What
details.
font do you want to use for your title, for the book? You know, just anything creative to do with the book. That's what I do. And then my journey ends at the back of the book.
The back of the book.
Yeah, the back of the book. Like, let's see what your picture. Are you gonna put your picture on the back? If you are, what do you look like? What do you want the people that see the back of this book? What kind of conclusion do you want them to arrive at even before reading the book?
Wow.
Is the image you project out there going to invite them to open the book? Is the blurb going to invite them to open the book? So all of that is what I take care of as a creative director.
Nice. Well, that sounds like, and I love the covers, because I feel like the cover is what draws readers
It is.
in.
Yes.
You know, if you have a good cover, obviously a good title,
Yes.
but if you have a good cover that pulls people in, I think that's one of the most important things
It is.
when authoring a book.
It is. It's very important.
Yeah.
Because even before we became a publisher, if I go to Amazon to buy and I'm looking for a book to buy, the first thing I see is the book cover. And if it doesn't look good, I just keep it moving.
Just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if it catches my attention and that looks good, what's this book about? Then I'll sit longer and
Okay. And obviously the creative process is 6 weeks. Did I hear 6 weeks?
Yes.
The-
as
As
little
little
as
as
as little as
As little
6
as
weeks.
6 weeks.
So if your manuscript is ready and everything is ready, we get it on Amazon as early as 6 weeks, depending on all those things, you know, being before book cover everything. But if we feel like, okay, you need to do a little bit more, then it takes longer.
What's the longest window? Obviously, in less than 6 weeks. What's the
Yeah.
longest?
The
Could
lo-
be a year.
It
Could
could
be 12 months.
Yeah, 12 months.
12 months.
Could be
Oh, so
12
a year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
if they're still writing, could be 12
Some
months.
people, yeah. Some
Okay.
clients that came to us, like, they're still trying to figure out the plot of their story. If they still need a lot more developmental editing,
Okay.
then we coach them through that process until they're completely happy with their book, and then we go to publishing.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for that description of the creative director role, which is a super important role as well. Congratulations. Now, Mr. Taiye,
Yes, sir.
your role. What is your title at Lambo Publishing? Let's start there.
I'm publicist. That means I'd like to shout to the rooftops when I'm allowed to. When I'm allowed to, because sometimes they're like, no, you're shouting too loud.
For sure.
Hold on, like we don't want like a flood here of work. Like, you know, it's like throw your net in the water, but don't break the net.
For sure.
So, I mean, we're still growing, right?
Right.
We're still in, I would say we were in startup phase, but I think now we're in growth phase.
Nice.
So we started with friends and family. So what I do is just bring people in. So I'm almost like the evangelist that goes out to say, hey, we have this publishing company. And I try to bring it up, but every now and then there's people who've known me for 10, 20 years that didn't know we had a publishing company.
Yeah.
But in just talking about maybe the family, and I'm talking about maybe Joanne, about, you know, her author journey, I may say, oh, by the way, we have a publishing company. And they're like, oh, you do? I didn't know that. Oh, and then the conversation starts there, and then I kind of take them through our intake process, which is go through our platform. We have a 6-step process. If you already have a manuscript, you can upload it to our platform. You know, we're trying to automate as much as possible, but a lot of what we do is still very manual, and it's very tedious.
Yeah, I can
Because you
imagine.
have to be very, very thorough, and you have to be, and no matter how perfect you are, it's never, thorough you are, it's never perfect.
Right.
You know, and one thing I've learned in the whole process, even as an author myself, is done is better than perfect. Because if you want to make it perfect, you may never get done publishing your book.
Right.
So I really help people say, okay, if I can write, I'm an accidental author. Because I had a story I felt like I needed to get out. It's in cybersecurity, but it's a fictional novella called Attribution. So if you go to the website, you'll see it. So I really started this whole journey of let's start putting our stories. You know, Joanne's been writing, she was like 12.
Yeah.
And let's try and now put it in print. And so my role is really bringing people in through the front door to say, hey, this is how we can help you navigate that daunting journey of publishing your own story.
Yes.
Everybody has a story, at least one story in them.
Right.
Everybody does. Some people have a lot of stories in them. And so the whole idea is to kind of inspire them to feel like they can do it. And we can make that journey a little bit easier as well.
Okay.
So I double as publicist as well as COO, which is pretty much making sure that we can still keep moving forward
Right.
from a business standpoint.
Awesome. Awesome. And each one of you have a unique role, and that keeps the machine going.
It does.
Each of you have an important role. And also, I want to get to you, Valerie. What's your title at Lambo Publishing as well?
Yes. My role is the marketing manager and CFO for Lambo Publishing.
Okay. And what are some of your roles and responsibilities for the company?
Yeah. A lot of my day-to-day, my main role as the CFO is like balancing our books, filing our business taxes.
Nice.
Always gotta do. We gotta
Nice.
make
Stuff
sure.
we all hate
The
doing.
stuff we all hate doing. But just kind of making sure our books are balanced, we're accounted for. I feel like for small businesses, it can be difficult to make sure that the books are kept up to date because, a lot of people are
Right.
kind of just doing it off the fly when you're trying to get into like the day-to-day of having clients. So
Right.
I think it's really important for, small businesses just really have that financial knowledge, which, as someone who was like a finance and marketing major, like kind of getting to put those skills into use so early on in my postgraduate phase of my life has been really great. So it's a good way to contribute.
Nice. So I think we have a mutual friend. I think y'all worked on his book because when I visited the website, I saw his book on there.
J. Lewis Franklin.
J. Lewis
Wow.
Franklin.
There has to be
You
Wow.
call in, please, J. Lewis Franklin. Call in. If
Yes.
you're listening, please
Oh,
call
wow.
in.
I was still gonna
Okay.
mention it. I'll mention his name later on.
Yeah.
So-
Send him a link.
So while we're transformed by faith,
Transformed by
Wow.
faith.
and if anybody wants to call in, be sure to call in 404-954-1929. If you want to call in, be sure to call in the line so we can get those questions answered. So the book, Transformed by Faith by J. Lewis Franklin. How did that come about, you guys helping him author this book, Transformed by Faith?
I can
I
speak
think
to
Taiye
that.
can start the story and
Just
then
turn
I'll
it.
take
You can
it
turn it to him.
over.
So it's
J.
funny.
Lewis, call in, man. We would love to hear from you if you're listening.
Yes.
If you can text, we have a group text with him. He's part of our family.
Yeah.
Great, solid
So-
dude, man.
yeah.
Very, very, very.
So
very
the whole
solid
thing
dude.
started a couple of years ago. So we have a mutual friend, Renaud Ross.
Okay.
It's my real brother from another mother. I
There
don't
you
have
go.
a brother, but if I had a brother, I'd be Renaud. And Renaud runs a nonprofit called RNSC, Life Skills. I probably massacred the name, but it's like RNSC. I got that correct. I think it's Tech and Life Skills, right? So I finally got it right.
Because he
Sorry.
works in tech as well, I think.
He does.
Yes.
John does. So Renaud has this program. He's a former. He used to be like the chief
This is the water, I'm
scientist
sorry.
for Symantec.
Yes.
And so I met Renaud through a mutual friend during the pandemic.
Okay.
And it was just a LinkedIn introduction. And then we spoke, and it was like, man, I wish I knew you 20 years ago, because I was actually trying to pitch my nonprofit. We were trying to do a partnership with Symantec. Flew out there with a former executive from Fulton County. Nothing really came out of it. But if I knew Renaud back then, I would have been like, hey, I know one black executive within
Yeah.
your company that could advocate for us.
Yeah.
The former CEO, John Thompson, who used to be like a mentor, was long gone when we went there. So anyway, So Renault had one of his cohorts, part of John Lewis Franklin was one of his earlier cohorts for his program. So he has this program where he brings people into cybersecurity
Right.
and other tech skills, privacy, etc. And John was on that program, and I met John through like a gala that Renault does. So Bumi and I were at the gala, and he kept in touch.
Right.
And he'll reach out to me from time to time. And then I have a program as well that takes people into cybersecurity, minorities, veterans, and women through my nonprofit, not Lambo Publishing, but my cybersecurity nonprofit, HISP.
Okay.
So John went through our program, and I said I'll do maybe a couple of mentoring sessions. It wasn't really the full thing, but because I already knew he went through Renault's program, I said let's just chat, and let me see how I can help. And in one of our sessions, is a Zoom session, I mentioned we had a publishing company, and he said, "Taiye, I've been trying to publish." So he had a call with the family, with the rest of the team, and I think we're helping him
He
now
started,
with
he
second
started
book.
coaching. He started coaching.
We did
with me,
coaching, yeah.
and then we polished the book, and
But the thing with John is he has so many stories in him. Like I said, everybody has at least one story.
Yes.
John has so many stories, and he's such a humble servant leader. Like
Yes.
he's probably one of our, we've done work with other accomplished professionals,
yeah,
including family, but John's very unique in the sense that he's just so, you're a spiritual person, so I can
Right.
say it.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of our audience, you could see God's hand on everything John does.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
really the best way to describe it.
Absolutely.
But he's so humble about it. And so just help working with him, like not only has it been we've been a blessing to him, I actually feel like he's been a greater blessing to us as a family. Because not only do we have him as probably our best client to work with, like we work with John any day just because of who he is.
Yes.
Like his personality and everything.
Yes.
And I hope he's listening.
I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can get him to call in. I don't know what he's doing right now, but
Yeah.
on
He's
the show.
probably at church, knowing John. Or saving souls.
Let me see if I can get in contact with him. Call in to go. Let me
Yeah,
send him the
John would
number.
just be a model client. They always say businesses look for like raving fans as customers or clients.
Yes.
John is like the other, like for any business, John would be like the model client, like
yeah.
He is.
very humble,
He really
knows
is.
what he wants, but he's still very teachable, right? He's very well driven and just very balanced.
Yes.
So working with him has been like working with family.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe easier than working with family, but
Yeah.
you get my point.
Yeah, but he's a really good dude, and I just actually sent him a text message. He may be, I don't know what he's doing right now. He may be running around, but if he could call in, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'll be a good example of
Yes.
what Lambo Publishing does in the community,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then people can hear it, and they can get a
Yeah.
first-hand account of what it's like working with Lambo
Right.
Publishing, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes.
So one thing
I-
that just suddenly occurred to me, and I'll shut up. I feel like John is probably the reason why we went to the Black Riders
Weekend.
weekend,
Event.
and it's probably the reason why we met you.
Yes.
Of course.
This year,
That-
because we wanted to
John
support,
actually said
yeah.
only John can share this.
It
like,
all works together.
he was
Yes.
somewhere and he looked up and he saw the advert for Black Riders,
Yes.
Atlanta Black Riders event. John
Yes.
can tell the story best.
Yes.
And I think he made it last year. And
Yes.
then we went this year,
Yes.
and we ran into him.
Right.
We actually
Yes.
didn't know he was
We
going
didn't
to
know-
be there.
yes.
Right.
And then when he told us the story of how he, like, so that the Atlanta Black Riders event was part of his writing journey,
Yes.
but it was almost like in parallel with what we were doing with him.
Right.
I think you found it,
Yeah.
Valerie.
A friend of mine.
But it wasn't. But it's like even though we didn't talk to John about it, he didn't talk to us, or maybe we just didn't pay attention
Yeah.
about it. But it felt like that brought us together.
Yes.
But we were sort of going in parallel.
Yes.
You know, as a friend of mine likes to put it, we're heading for the same place, but we're in two different boats.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Instead of saying, let's do it on the same boat.
Of course.
So we can do it, you know, we can do it together. We could go together. So, sorry, dear.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, there are some, we've published quite a few books.
Yeah, I saw that on the website.
Yes.
So I actually went to the website,
Yes.
went through it because I want to look around. I like to look around and see what my guests, you know, have what they advertise, and I really enjoyed what I saw.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So
Yes.
shout out to y'all for the
Thank you.
consistency.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
So
you.
we've published quite a few books. But out of all those books, John's book stands out.
Yes.
And it stands out so much that anytime I feel like giving up
Mhm.
in the publishing industry, all I have to do is think about John's.
Think about his book. Yeah.
Think about his book. Because it's one thing to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing to write a book that you know, or even the publisher knows that 9 out of 10 people who read this book, their life is going to be changed.
Yes. Absolutely.
And yes, so that's one thing. And then the second thing is one thing to write a book, and it's another thing to write a book in a timely manner.
Yes.
You know, when Esther became Nebuchadnezzar's wife, and you know the guy, his uncle, her uncle went to her and said, "Hey, you gotta do this. You never know if the reason why you're his wife is for such a time as this."
Yes.
John's book is for such a time as this.
Yes.
And to everybody listening, I'll just give you a backdrop of the book. The title of the book is Transformed by Faith,
Absolutely.
written by Jonathan Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the book is timely.
Yes.
It's timely because it's a memoir of how it transitioned from being a truck driver,
Truck driver. Yep.
to a project manager
Right. Without a degree.
without a degree.
Yes.
Now, why is that timely? AI is taking over many people's jobs.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. A lot of people, they need the faith, they need the courage,
Mhm.
and they need the process to make that move
Mm-hmm.
in order not just to survive, but to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
John's book will do that for you
Yes.
at this environment we're living in.
Yes.
It will change you, it will inspire you, it will encourage you, it will let you know that it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes it's so daunting to move from one career to another,
Mm-hmm.
and it will give you the faith. Because there is also faith in John's book. Even the way he was able to sit for the exam, the way he was able to afford everything, God came through just because he said that.
Yep.
So if you're listening to this, you know, take one thing with you out of Lambo Publishing. Step out.
Right.
Step off of faith. And
Step out in faith.
and he's actually going to call in. He said about 5 minutes.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah.
so we'll look forward to hearing
Awesome.
from him. And then while we're on the topic of his book, Transformed by Faith, he recently released another book.
Yes.
Please ask him if he's okay,
Yes.
which is an incredible title. And obviously this book touches on some, because I have a mental wellness book as well, but this book touches on mental wellness like no other. And it's just, it's a very, very, very simple and simplistic title. Please ask him if he's okay, because a lot of us men and women,
Yeah.
specifically this book, us men, we struggle, we suffer in silence because we try to
Yes.
handle so much, and we
Yes.
and we just feel like we don't have
Yes.
somebody we can talk to. So
Yes.
this book encourages everyone to just take a moment and just ask each man, hey man, are you okay? How you doing? Because I think mental wellness is so. And then I want to deep dive, and then I want to wait until after we talk to John, because when we come back after we talk to John, we'll talk to John and we'll take a break. But when we come back from that break, I'm going to ask each one of you how you stay mentally capable in this climate. Like as you mentioned, moving from Nigeria to the United Kingdom, to the United Kingdom to Atlanta, obviously you had to have some type of mental fortitude because that was a difficult time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting through school, and then being the CEO, you have to have a mental space that's clear
Yes.
to be able to handle all different situations. So I want to deep dive into how you all handle mental wellness, and then because I think that's a very interesting topic on this show that I like to cover with all my guests,
Awesome.
and I make it a point to cover that. So as we deep dive more into the show, I'll get into how each one of you handles mental wellness.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Cool.
All right, so we're gonna take a short break, and then when we come back, hopefully we can talk to Mr. J. Lewis Franklin.
Yes.
Because I want to get the backstory of how, obviously I got your story, but I want to get his take and get his, how he felt about working with Lambo Publishers. So we'll take a short break.
Yes.
And then when we come back, hopefully we'll hear from J. Lewis Franklin, and then we'll deep dive into how the Lambo family covers and handles mental wellness. Does that sound good?
Sounds
Yes.
great.
All right, so we'll take a short break and we'll be back. Y'all keep it locked in for Positive Mind Saturdays. This show is really, really getting heating up. Last show of the year. Y'all keep it locked. And welcome back to Positive Mind Saturdays with Positive B. White. We are here with Lambo Publishing Incorporated, which is an awesome family. And hopefully we get a call from J. Lewis Franklin here in a minute. And so I want to start with, you mentioned your writing perspective. Let's start there first.
John Franklin.
Thank you, Brandon. So my love of
To
writing
accept,
began
press
at
one.
age
To
12
send a
when I
voicemail,
started
press two.
writing poetry and short stories. And then from there, I joined Wattpad, which is a platform for writers to share their stories as well. And then once I got the support of my family, my friends, my writing community, I decided to publish the book that you guys know as Culinary Confessions.
Culinary Confessions.
So it is a pastry chef romance. It combines my two passions, both my love of writing and my love of baking.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
And John,
Yes.
hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm great. How you guys?
Good. Nelson's gonna turn you up a little bit. Hey, man, we're glad to have you, man. How you feeling, brother?
Outstanding. Outstanding. Blessed and honored to be talking with you guys today.
Yeah, man. So I got Lambo Publishing Incorporated here with me right now, man. And obviously I mentioned your name and their eyes lit up.
Yes.
Yeah. That's family, physically, but also spiritually. And
Yeah.
My journey as an author may have never taken off if it wasn't for Lambo Publishing. Right. So I can't speak enough great things about them, man.
Yeah. And obviously we spoke on the book Transformed by Faith. And they all were just so excited and proud of the book Transformed by Faith and what it brought to them to be able to work with you and be able to create such a masterpiece.
I appreciate them being humble about that, because I just brought an idea, right, and some writing, but the rest of it, you know, they helped me flesh it out and show me, like, this is how you keep a consistent idea as an author, right? It was my story, and at times made me dig a little bit deeper than I wanted to, push me outside of my comfort zone. But I think for anybody writing a book about anything, like, this is the group that you want to write with.
Yeah.
Because also there's that love and kindness, right, where in the middle of a conversation, I've gone 19 steps beyond where I wanted to go, but they're able to pull that out of you and let you know that you're in a safe zone, right, and how to communicate what's needed for the audience, what's for yourself. And so that's the book won an award, #1 faith-based career change book for 2025. And so I'm extremely grateful for that.
Hey, congratulations again, my brother, and thanks for you calling in, man. I really appreciate you calling in, but I wanted to definitely give you an opportunity to get your shine, man, because you're such a great guy, man, and you really pour into people, and we just wanted to pour back into you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I love you guys so much. I stepped out of a meeting with the pastor to make sure that I can get this.
We love you, John. I said you're either in church or you're out saving souls. I wasn't thinking family.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And I want to mention please ask him if he's okay.
Yes.
That book is available. Forward by the one and only Positive B. I appreciate him for forward with that. For a lot of men giving us the language, and the art of forgiveness is available. We're not promoting it yet. It is available as well. So, hey, you guys, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I'm honored to call in. I consider all of you guys family, and may you be blessed moving into the next year.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, J.
Thank
J.
you,
Lewis Franklin. We'll square up later, brother.
Okay, all right. Y'all have a good one.
All right. What a pleasant surprise. So we got to hear from Arthur J. Lewis Franklin, the author of Transformed by Faith, published by Lambo Publishing Incorporated. Now, how about that? How about that? And then you mentioned the authorship, and mentioned the culinary
Confessions.
confessions.
Yes, I'm working on a companion novel to that as well.
Okay.
But both the books can be read as standalones.
Awesome. Awesome. And also, you published a book as well?
Yes,
too?
the
Okay.
title is When You Can't Just Write.
Say it again.
When I Can't Just Write.
When I Can't Just Write.
Yes, so just helping writers relax when they have writer's block and just understand that it's not the end of the world and just leave the book alone and go on and do other things.
Okay.
Yes,
And
and then come back.
There we go. Do we have any other authors?
Well, I'm an accidental author, so
Okay.
Valerie is in, but she will be an author. Maybe she'll write the Lambo publishing story one day.
Yeah.
But I published first in
Okay.
2020.
Okay.
Beginning of before the pandemic started, and
Yes.
then in the middle of the pandemic, I published the second book. It's a series in a novella. It's called Attribution.
Okay.
Social and cyberspaces. So it's really about social injustice, family breakdown, autism, everything combined. So a 14-year-old kid from Atlanta, that kid could have been me if I was born and raised here, and went from straight A student winning a hackathon. This is fictional in case, Homeland is listening. And ICE. Went from being a straight A student, winning a hackathon, to becoming a national security threat in, I think, 8 weeks, and surviving a drone attack in a remote part of Montana.
Wow.
And ending up in Paris in book 2, and other places in the world. So it's called Attribution, Social and Cyberspaces.
Okay.
But it was really my goal of connecting with like the younger generation. I sort of grew up fast, so it was very hard for me to relate to like teenagers, because I'm like, they're not serious. They don't know what they're doing. I already had a plan at that age.
Right.
So, but this book was a way for me to connect with them. So much so that within a year, I think I was already mentoring 19-year-olds. I think there was like a 17-year-old that went through our program. So it really allowed me to connect to the next generation.
Nice.
But it was inspired by a guy who's called Marcus Hutchins, who's actually a mixed race kid. His mom is British, English, and his dad is Jamaican. And he was responsible for stopping the WannaCry ransomware.
Wow.
And he became a national hero in the UK. And a few years later, he came to speak at a hacker conference in Vegas. And he was, let's just say he was detained because he had done something in his teenage years. He rode a Trojan horse that was used by criminals to steal data and money.
Wow.
And so, anyway, the judge ended up releasing him and saying, you've done more good than harm.
Good.
And so we shouldn't punish you again for something you did in your past. So that book pretty much inspired Attribution, Social and Cyberspaces.
Okay.
So that's kind of my own author journey. But I'm not a natural writer. I actually hired a ghostwriter to write it for me.
No problem. No problem.
So, but the idea and everything came from me. So, to Nelson's point, I could have used AI if I didn't have a ghostwriter. It just happened that I had a ghostwriter that had a PhD in computer science.
Yes.
That grew up in Bankhead. So shout out to
Bankhead.
Dr. Amanda Holloman, who grew up in Bankhead. So anyway, the story is just, something that I really felt that needed to be told.
Okay.
And I'm sure that we all have those types of stories that we need to put in print.
Okay.
And that's why we exist, as Lambo Publishing.
Awesome. So, Miss Valerie, any books published?
No books for me so far.
Okay, but we can maybe in the future.
In the future. I'm soaking up all the inspiration from these 3 first so I can make the best book out of all of us.
Okay, well, there we go. There it is. There. So while we got the mic on you, I want to talk. Let's talk mental wellness. How do you keep your mental wellness together, moving throughout life, and as you handle your position at Lambo Publishing?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I feel like mental wellness is something we're all trying to, discover and kind of figure out what that means for each individual person these days. For me, I think I've just always tried to be able to take time to like center myself and like get away from the crazy day to day. Like my weekends, I try as much as possible, like to not work, to not always be on my email, but to just take time to, be in the present, be with God, have my worship time, and kind of take that time to just be quiet, because I feel like day to day, there's so many distractions, whether it's work or like on your phone or even the news and like what's going on in the world.
Right.
So taking that time to just unplug, not be looking at all of that, and just be centered within yourself and kind of be more focused on, your mental well-being is super important to me. So
Nice.
I love taking that time on the weekend to just decompress as much as I can.
Awesome. It's all about decompression.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start with I'm gonna stay with the daughters here. Joanne, how do you handle mental wellness? What are some of the things you do to keep your mental wellness together?
Okay, like to my sister mentioned, quiet time.
Quiet time.
And then having a hobby that's not directed to writing.
Okay.
Because I feel like when I do like so much writing, it can become like easier to become burnt out. So I always have a hobby to do that doesn't relate to writing, whether it's like drawing, whether it's like stress baking, whether it's journaling. Also, shout out to my stress bakers out there.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Stress bakers.
For stress bakers, you have stress eaters.
Yeah.
So
I can relate
so
to
it's a
Stress
win-win.
bakers.
Especially stress bakers that can bake well, but
Yeah.
also when stressed.
So they're stressed while they're baking? Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what my roommate does. When she's stressed, I'll know
She
because I'll
bakes.
come home and she'll be baking something.
Nice. Well, you have guys like me who I love to just try different stuff. So I would love to. You stressed out? Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Yes.
No, depending on what I bake, it can become like a hit or a miss when I'm stressed.
Oh, okay.
The gingerbread cake is a popular one, but I think the last
No, don't talk about that, Joanne. Don't talk
Let's
about
say
that. Let's
positive.
just leave that. Let's leave that. But Mama loves it. I love it.
Well, that's awesome because you got to stay mentally well, and I kind of even care. I like to quiet time. I like to watch sports. I like to go exercise. I like to go walking. I got a treadmill at home, so I like to walk. And that helps me kind of decompress, work out, hit the weights, different things like that. And travel is also another one.
And
So
I feel like also spending time with family,
Yes.
depending on your relationship with your family,
Absolutely.
is also good as well.
absolutely.
Like for those who have a good relationship with their family, I know movie night is also popular.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially when we have streaming platforms like Hulu, Netflix, Peacock.
Yes, absolutely. Netflix is taking over too. Netflix.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Whew, Netflix is they are going crazy right now, ain't they? And they had the football game on Netflix too. So, Miss Boomy, how do we handle mental health and mental wellness? What are some things you do to decompress and stay kind of
For me, it's writing.
writing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I feel like the root of mental instability is an overload in your brain
Right.
and in your mind
Of course.
that you don't feel comfortable to share with people, or you can't just really figure it out. And writing, when you have that journal and you are able to dump everything in that journal, you decompress that load.
Yes.
Yes, when you just write everything down. And then when you write as well, you can see clearly. And I think there's scientific research to support this, that when you're going through some, any kind of mental health issues, writing is scientific, really helps. When you just put everything on the notebook. And then when you write everything down, go back and read it. Because going back and reading what you've written down gives more clarity.
Right.
And when clarity comes and the confusion fades, there is calm.
Yes.
The calm always comes.
The calm after the storm.
Yeah, the calm after the storm when there's clarity. So I
Absolutely.
feel like when we just go to the root of mental issues, and it's just too much we're taking up too much in our minds.
Right.
And when we dump it on that journal, we let it go, and then we see clearly. And then even when you're reading as well, there's a difference between reading somebody else's book and reading what you've written,
Mm-hmm.
in your own words. Because when you read back when you've written in your own words, then it's easier for you to connect the dots.
Right.
When you go back, like, oh wow, okay, wow, I see this now, I see that now. So this solution, I can apply this solution to this and that solution to that. And that is all about clarity. That solution, that clarity, and then yeah. So that's what I do. I write. I've got Taiye will testify. Joanne has got so many journals.
Yes.
I can't keep up with Joanne. She's got about 20. Oh my, she has a
Yeah,
out
I've been
here
journaling since I was 12.
since she was
I
12.
would also like to add, if you don't journal, you could put your problems onto your fictional characters as well. Those make for really interesting stories. But then the problem is you have to figure out a way to get them out of that situation.
Right.
And then
But
solution
if you
comes.
do, it ends up being relatable to the person who's reading it.
Right.
Because you never know who will be inspired or touched by your story, and then they'll figure out if this character can do it, if the author can do it, then I can do it as well.
Yeah.
That can become a source of light and encouragement to them.
Right. Absolutely.
Definitely can. Yeah, so writing. And then the second thing I don't play with is prayer.
Prayer. Yes. Absolutely.
I think I'll put prayer above writing.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Prayer. Just taking that time out to talk to God, to read your Bible, to listen to what He has to say to you in all the different situations you're going through. So prayer is number one. Prayer works.
Prayer works.
In fact, I was listening to Greg Braden, if anybody wants to check him out, and he was saying that prayer is not just a spiritual thing, it's a technology. And I believe it, that prayer is a technology.
Yeah, for sure.
That we can tap into when we need to.
For sure. So, and thanks again for that feedback. I agree 100%. Prayer, and then what you're just doing whatever you can do to keep your mental space clear,
Yes.
whatever that is for each individual. And I want to close out, Mr. Taiye. How do you handle mental wellness?
So for me, it's just doing as little as possible that is external.
Yes.
So something I made a habit for 9 years. I do 3-mile hikes every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Like
Every day. Literally every day.
every day. 7 days a
I will
week.
not do it today. I may skip 1 or 2 days a week.
3
but
miles.
3 miles.
Jesus.
And it's so easy.
Wow.
It's so easy. So come rain or shine, I still do it. There's some indoors places I can go, like shopping mall and stuff like that. So even though it's not a hike, I'm walking. You can do 3 miles in an hour, pretty much.
Interesting you said that. I was recently, have you been to North Lake Mall lately? North
People
Lake
do
Mall,
that.
it's like 4 stores in the big mall. Everything is shut down. And I was in the mall maybe a few weeks ago, and I walked in, and it just blew my mind, because I'm like, this is, in the 90s, this thing would be
It'd be
packed,
packed.
there would be people
Yes. Right,
everywhere.
right.
Yes.
It was like 5 people in the mall,
Yeah,
but
Wow.
they weren't shopping.
right.
What were they doing? They were walking.
Walking. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
we
mean,
do.
I passed in, and they were like,
Yep.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yep.
That's what we do at the mall as
they
well.
were walking around the
Yeah.
mall. I
Yeah.
mean, just
Yeah.
hitting it. I
Yeah,
said,
we've
wow.
been doing
Actually, we're
this
going to
for
do it when we leave here.
almost.
I said,
almost,
this is crazy.
almost 10 years. So if it's too cold outside, or if it's dark, we'll just walk around the mall,
Nice.
6 times,
Yeah,
4 to 6 times, depending on the
That's-
size of the mall.
that's smart.
So that's something I'll probably say it's external, but it's still time to just slow down and take care of myself.
Decompress.
But
yes.
every 2 weeks I take a sabbatical, so I don't have my laptop on. I may still keep my tablet on to listen to music, to watch movies, to just things that are inspirational. And obviously prayer, like Bumi said, is key. But also just being in an atmosphere of slowing down. Somebody put it this way, that the only time we really get to slow down is when we're dead.
Right,
But it's like we slow down completely.
right.
It's
Yeah.
it's over at that point. At this this form of life as we know it is over.
Right.
At that point. So going on those types of breaks not only helps you to become more introspective, like think about your life, think about others, like it really helps you mentally to be able to put things in perspective.
Of course.
And sometimes, not all the time, you may also get a download from
Right.
God.
Right.
Doesn't always happen. Sometimes it's just completely silent and you're like, okay.
Right. What do I do?
Right. So I think that's definitely something I would encourage, especially people who are creative, to really pursue, taking that pause, that break. I think, whatever form it takes. I have friends that will go check into like the Ritz-Carlton. I can't afford that.
Me neither.
For a day or two. That's not my thing. But even if I could afford it, I don't think I want to go just because I can stay at home and still do the same thing.
Right.
Pause. And my family allows me to do it. They look forward to it because that means I come back refreshed, or
Right.
at least less stressed. Right. And it also gives me more balance, like Valerie said. So I think that's it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have had a time today on this show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lambo Publishing Incorporated has been truly, truly phenomenal. It was amazing hearing each
Thank
and
you.
every one of your stories, as well as the collective. Before we get out of here, obviously I want to give you all a chance to. So what I want to do, I want to do something different. Lambo Publishing Incorporated. Obviously, you all have a corporate mission statement, but I just want you to give one word. If you could give one word about Lambo Publishing, like to kind of sum it up in your words, that's all I want. So let's say, for example, if I say Lambo Publishing, and you say generational, meaning it's a generational publishing company that you guys, even when you're dead and gone, that you wanted to keep going. Something like that to that example, if that makes sense. And then I'll give you all the chance to say that. And then the website is what again?
LamboPublishing.com.
www.lambopublishing.com. So for any aspiring artists who are looking for a place to publish their book, be sure to hit that website, www.lambopublishing.com.
Yes.
All
And
right.
you can also sign up for my offer newsletter
Okay.
for my upcoming works as well. So that's Ko-fi, like ko-fi.com/JKLambo.
Okay. All right. So let's do it. So Lambo Publishing, Joanne, what you got? One word to describe it.
Legacy.
Legacy. Oh, I love that. Ooh, y'all got a tough hill to climb
You did
behind
something
that.
right.
I love that, legacy.
You know
For
what?
me.
I'm going to use the same word, legacy.
Legacy. Okay.
Because that's when we started Lambo Publishing, believe it or not, we were thinking about legacy.
Legacy.
Not just for ourselves, for people, but for people as well. Because when you put your thoughts into a book, that's your legacy.
It is.
It's never gonna go anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna outlive you. Years later, another person may pick up that book, and you're long gone, and that book can still be meaningful and transform their lives. So
Absolutely.
Yeah,
legacy.
transformational, inspirational as well.
Absolutely. All right, Ty, you
Okay.
up?
I would have stole the legacy one. But we didn't get that house today.
Yeah. Legacy.
I think, man, it's very hard for me to find one word, but let me preface. I'm going to come up with a word, but you have a hyphen between it.
That's fine. That is fine.
If you think about some of the most historic books, like we know, like the Bible,
Right.
it was composed by, I'm not a Bible scholar, but dozens of people and put into one book. And there's still parts that we probably don't have in the regular Bible that was also written, maybe in other religions like Islam and stuff like that. But those books have outlived, the books of the Bible have outlived the people who wrote
Written.
those books.
Right.
And their names would always be it's written in history, because every time we say go to John or go to Peter or go to First Peter or go
Jeremiah.
to Jeremiah, like these are the real humans
Right.
that existed at some point, even though it's been a long time ago. So, yeah, while we may not be have our names in place like a Bible. You know, I can't even imagine having a chapter in a book that has Taiye in it, you know, because that's just not me. I'm not a natural author in that regard.
Yes.
But I think for me, one word would be everybody can start from taking one step.
One step.
So I would say it's take that one step.
Okay.
Yeah,
One
we,
step.
we have a 6-step process, but take the one step in the process. Go to the website. If you have just an idea and you put it in a, like I did, I put it in a just high level outline. Chapter 1, chapter 10. And then I kind of said, okay, this is what I want to see in chapter 1. Just start with that one step.
Okay.
Go to our website, upload that to our platform, pick your option, 6 weeks, 6 months, 12 months, and we'll start guiding you through that, the rest of the steps. So even though it's 6 steps for you to publish, on the 6th step, we have 40 steps internally that we have to juggle. Yeah.
Wow.
It's very, very intense.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean there's room for AI to replace us? Yes. But AI would never have that personal touch that we have. You know, like somebody like John, you've been able to call John, and John on a Saturday, you know, in the middle of a family meeting, you know, calls into the show. Those are things AI would never do.
Right. Right.
No matter how much John loves his AI.
Right.
So people still need that human touch, and I think that's where we come in.
One step. All right.
One
I
step.
love it. All right, Valerie, you closing it out. What's your word?
My word is purposeful.
Purposeful. Awesome.
I feel like, and just to echo what my fellow team has said, a lot of people just really want to know like how to even share their stories that they have inside of them. And a lot of the time these stories are so personal to them, and it's really just discovering, you know, what your purpose is when you put pen to paper and you really start looking at your life. Like Mom said, like memoirs are just very, very personal to people.
Right.
And I feel like when people actually put pen to paper, they start to discover what their purpose is in life. I think that's something that everyone is really looking for, like not just to make a difference materialistically in this world, but actually to know that they left their mark on their community, on their family, on their friends, on the people they know. And I think that's something that everyone can be able to do when they actually, you know, sit down and write it all out. So I'd like to close with that.
All right, that's what it is. Hey, I want to thank y'all for joining me on Positive Mind Saturdays once again. Lambo Publishing Incorporated. Be sure to follow them, or excuse me, check out the website if you want to get your book published. And be sure to follow me on all my social media. I'm at Positive B White on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Oh my God, what's the other one? Not Twitch. Threads, TikTok. All, you know, it's just so many social networks. So be sure to follow me there, and also be sure to follow the station, 101 TKO Radio, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok as well. And we will be back in a few weeks, and then that'll be my show, my first show in January 2026. So I want to thank you all for closing out 2025 with me. And I was gifted with a bottle of red wine. So my last show of 2025 did come with a gift. So I want to give a shout out to the family for bringing me such a wonderful gift. And we will catch y'all next year. 2026 is our year. Let's keep it locked in. I'll see y'all in 2026. Peace.